G'day, welcome back to the channel. My name is Peachy, aka the Frankston Flipper, aka Mr. Moneyball himself. We're trying to put as less time into this reselling business as possible and try and generate as much profit in that time as we can. That's why we've got the Moneyball, all these little intricate details go into it. Spend as less time listing, as less time thrifting, all that great stuff. And this week on Channel 31 in Melbourne, I was actually on a TV show called Cash for Trash. Cash for Trash. I'm going to put the link to the episode down below, but also subscribe to their channel, Cash for Trash. It is a Channel 31 show, and it involves two guys, Billy Treasure and Berkey. They go out and they kind of go through the hard rubbish and they try and find some awesome items to resell, repurpose, recycle, all that good stuff. And of course, Frankston recently had their hard rubbish, and those guys were out there prowling, searching, looking through hard rubbish to try and find those items. They kind of do what I do, except I do it more towards op shops. They do it towards hard rubbish. They got all over Melbourne, all over Victoria, Geelong, Werribee, Brunswick, Footscray, Hillsville, Frankston, you name it, they're there. So check out their channel, subscribe to them if you can as well, and maybe watch my episode more towards the end. That's where I feature. But anyway, let's hit the thrift. And it is savers time. Let's see what we can find in this amazing place today. Let's go. Let's go. Double doors. The first thing we found was this Girls of the Playboy Mansion DVDs. The later seasons go a lot better than the more recent ones. We found season 4. We picked that one up. We did leave the others. Had to think about whether I was going to get it or not, but we did get that. And we also got the Osbournes. The Osbournes are the second season. This always goes quite well, especially if you've got part 1 or season 1. Bundle them up together. It's a good seller. We did find this pop, almost like do-it-yourself kit, where you got to paint the Grinch. I've never seen anything like this before, but for $13, and it's a pop. I'm kind of anti-pop, anti-Funko, so put that back on the shelf. I'm sure someone will enjoy that. Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Almost sounds like a full-time reseller's life, but we're not going to go there. The video games. They had some video games. We picked up some of these, which was cool. Some of them we didn't. You can probably determine some of the ones we did pick up right there and took them home, but they also had that usual PC crap that most op shops tend to have. Thought this Snoopy VHS would go okay. It doesn't. Would have been cool. I do like Snoopy. Would have liked just to put it on. If I had a VHS player, I'd watch that. And we're going to interrupt broadcasting there to show you what we found in terms of the toys and media this week. In terms of the toys and media this week, the first thing we found was this Superman and Batman big dolls. I think they're Fisher Price. They look a bit different. They look a bit, not vintagey, but a bit different. Haven't really looked at them too much. I know they're Fisher Price. So we got Superman. Got Superman. I didn't know Superman had a dog, but apparently Superman has a dog. And we also got Batman. We got Batman. These are all one little pack. And Batman apparently has a dog as well. It's got Batman and Superman plus Bat Dog and Super Dog. So we'll probably bundle these up as a lot and see what we can get for them. I'm not sure if they're vintage or not. I'll have to look on the dates. I haven't actually done any research into these. I just picked them up because I thought they were a little bit different, a little bit unique. And who doesn't like Superman? Who doesn't like Batman? And who doesn't like Super Dog and Bat Dog? We also picked up this big bundle. I don't know where these are from. They're like Looney Tunes figures, and they're all like these little bags. There's a whole bundle here. What do we pay for that? $6. $6, and we got like a whole bundle. Can someone please tell me where these are from? I'm not really going to put too much time into research in it. We've got the Roadrunner. Got Pepe Le Pew, is it? The mouse, the Mexican mouse. Who we got here? We got the bad guy in the Roadrunner. I'm really sure my lack of knowledge. Got that guy again. We got Porky. I know Porky Pig. And there seems to be a whole bunch of these. A lot of these are doubles, which is cool as well. Another Porky. think that's about all the different characters. So there's a whole bunch of them, a lot of doubles, lots of triples, a lot of quads there. So that's pretty cool. Got him on the missile with the TNT. So I thought they're pretty cool. And you can see there, there's a big packet still left of them. So there's heaps of these. Not sure if they're worth anything, but Looney Tunes, who doesn't love it? Hopefully, might just bundle them all up and see what we get. And up next, we've got the video games. We picked up a Switch copy of Jurassic Park on the Lego. Switch copy of Lego Jurassic Park. We picked up V8 Supercars on the PS2. Naruto Storm Part 2 on the Xbox 360. We picked up Ratchet and Clank on PS2. We picked up Madagascar 2. Not sure about that. I just haven't seen that title before, so I picked it up. Probably nothing being a kids game, but that's cool. World Rally Championship, which is pretty cool, I think. And that's all the video games I think we got, and some of the video DVDs and videos, VHS tapes. Picked up this Angel Cop, like an anime type style thing. A lot of these VHS animes seem to go all right. That's why I picked it up, and for $1, what's there to risk? We're taking it. We also picked up Hitman. What's it say? A killing machine that no one could stop. It looks like David Spade, but it's not. Again, because it's just $1, we'll take a bit of a risk on that. I haven't seen that before, and sometimes these little, I won't say rare, but not so popular copies tend to go okay. We also picked up the Osborne Season 2, which is, I saw in the past a few times, which is good. And also the Girls of the Playboy Mansion. This is Season 4, so I think Season 4 and 5 go quite okay. But yeah, I'm not watching that one. All right. And we also picked up a couple of other things. We did pick up that teddy bear, the police bear. Like I said, when I was doing my policing and working reception, we'd had these teddy bears, Constable T-Bear. I never saw this one though, Protective Services. It's got a nice little jacket, looks pretty cool, looks unique, looks a bit different. It's got his little thing on there, looking really decorative. Got his parade hat on. So we picked that one up. So I'm not sure if this one goes any better. I just haven't seen it before. Haven't sold it before, not even as a police officer. So we'll see how we go with the Protective Services police bear. And the last thing we picked up, again, a bit of a technology one. It's a clever smart play. Make your old car new again. So I think if you own an old car where you don't have all these Apple Play gizmos and all that cool jazz and jizz and stuff. Did I just say jizz? All that cool stuff, all those gizmos. You can put this in your car. You put this in your car and make it modern. So you can pretty much get all those apps, and you might have that 1973 Datsun, but you can make it modern through this cool device. So hopefully that goes okay. Hopefully someone wants to modernize their older cars. And again, it's something a bit different, and I think that might go okay. So that's the video games, toys, plush, and whatever that is. Smart play, modernize your car. And we're back at Savers, just walking around, not aimlessly. We're just picking a spot, like a fishing spot. We're trying to pick a good thrift spot to try and find some good items. And we went to the board games for some reason. And we did find this, I don't know, like an unsolved case files game. It's like you play as like an investigator. Sure, it'd be good to play once, maybe twice, and then, I don't know, probably get bored, and it would probably be sent off to Savers to be recycled. Thought this Survivor, Outwit, Outplay, Outsmart, all that sort of stuff. But again, do you want to play a Survivor board game? Maybe the Survivor game would be pretty cool. We can win like $1 million, but just playing as a board game sounds a little bit, I don't know, lame to me. But it was just a unique item. That's why I showed you that. And again, Sydney 2000 Scrabble. Anything Sydney 2000, you've got to look at. But again, how's Sydney 2000 Scrabble any different to normal Scrabble, besides it being like an Olympic version? So we put that one back. We also found this outfit, almost like a costume. You could probably get your kids dressed up on this one of those school costume days. It's like a BB can, but it's called Bobbit Bomb. Again, you probably have child protection coming to your door. So it's vomit bomb, even though it's got BB on it, not BB. Probably to avoid copyright or something like that. We put that one back. And off to the t-shirts. I was hoping this one might be a vintage AFL Melbourne t-shirt, but unfortunately it was old, but not vintage old. So unfortunately, we didn't get as lucky as we thought we would with that design, which did look old. And they've got the Hard Rock Cafe and also this Baker Boy t-shirt. Some of these band t-shirts or singer t-shirts, tour t-shirts go okay. For $7, I wasn't confident enough to buy that one, but I think not potentially money in it, I don't know. And they had this Jaeger Bomb ugly Christmas jumper. Thought about buying it, the Jägermeister, Jaeger Bomb, what do you want to call it? Definitely an ugly looking jumper, definitely ugly looking colours. Someone would want to wear that though, just to stand out, be different, be unique. A bit like me, I guess. Anyway, off to the jerseys. And in the kids' jerseys, we found this Country Road jumper, one of these heritage ones, which was pretty cool. It was cheap, did have a bit of a stain on it, but we'll get the old sprayer onto that and try and get that stain out. There you can see it. We'll get that one out and be as good as new, ready to repurpose, resell. And also had, speaking of Moneyball, they had this Oakland A's, Oakland Athletics, like a pretty cool hat. Looked a bit small, wasn't going to fit my head, so I put that one back. On to the t-shirts this week. Didn't pick up a whole heap of clothing this week. I only went thrifting a few times, that's why. Obviously, if we go on late at night, there's not as much good stuff out there either. But I'll show you what we picked up in terms of the t-shirt. We picked up this Obey Posse t-shirt, red. Looks pretty cool. Cool skull. I think it might be a skateboard brand, Obey. I'm not sure. I think it's a skateboard brand. I have to check that one. Picked up a Kevin Durant. And this is on the Majestic tag. Kevin Durant, KD. He's kind of been around to a lot of teams lately. Should have probably stuck at Golden State. There's a call on the back. That cool little picture there. That is on the back. Just Kevin Durant. I do like that t-shirt. That's pretty cool. Would fit me too, but I don't really like Kevin Durant. So not sure if this one's real. And I think when I first started reselling, I did list some Ed Hardy, and I wasn't sure if it was Ed Hardy, and eBay didn't like that. They didn't like that, so I'm not too sure about this one. Again, it's a pretty highly fake brand, Ed Hardy, but they've got some cool t-shirts. Even the fakes look pretty cool. So Ed Hardy, it's got that nice heart design, but again, I'm not sure what to do with that. We only paid a few bucks, so it probably is fake, but we will see. And this one is a real one. This is real Harley Davidson. We know that for certain. Harley Davidson, Harley Heaven, Timeless Legends t-shirt. Nice on the back. Pretty cool t-shirt. And the last t-shirt we picked up. And these are just a regular seller. They don't get huge money, but they're consistent. If you want, you can get 20 bucks. If you buy them for $3 into 20 plus post, they are quite consistent. And you can make that 10, 15 buck profit quite easy. And that's the Reese Plumbing. A lot of little apprentices, young apprentices are starting off. And I sold these to males, I sold these to females. So good to see some females get into the trades. Hopefully they buy it for themselves and not for their partners. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm getting the profits. Off to the toys. And they had like this, I think it was like a penguin, and he had like a vehicle, and it had a Batman. It looked very unique, this. I almost picked it up, but part of me just said, part of my brain said, don't pick it up. It was the vibe. It was the vibe of the thing, don't pick it up. I don't think it actually comped out that well anyway. Look at this. Look at that. Plush all over the floor. Someone's trashed this. Do better. Do better, people. That's disgusting. Someone has to clean that up. Got some Care Bears. New tag Care Bears, but I don't really care about Care Bears. These had newer tags though, so there's some people there that are going to be losing their... Yeah, anyway. Care Bears, 3 of them, all newer tags. We said no. They're too big. They were big ones as well, so we said no to those. They had this. We did pick this guy up. Protective Services. Protective Services. Nice, cool jacket. Unique looking bear. Probably got a bit of a soft side because it's the police force and all that. Even though last week I didn't pick up Constable T-Bear. Could have probably picked them both up and had them as a bit of a set. A bit of a bundle, but we didn't. And they also had these figures here, a whole bunch of Looney Tune figures, all new in packages. We're going to take a risk on those. Think they'll go okay. Don't know where they're from. Might need to investigate that, but I don't put too much time into that, especially if I see this for like $5 or $6. We're just going to pick it up, hopefully make some profit off it. Someone's going to want that, I think. And a bunch of these, I don't know what you want to call these. We didn't pick these up. They're like almost like fluoro, see-through. I don't know the word for them. And the superhero pack, we didn't pick those up either. I think they're just the cheap Kmart style ones that you see there. We get like 7 or 8 for like $20, and I think that's pretty much what they're worth. And they had some little minion bundle, which is pretty cool as well. To the other side of the toy section, we found these bundle of Nerf guns, or Nerf style guns. I think some of them are Nerf, some of them in imitation Nerf. And we did find this big Fortnite gun. I think the Fortnite one goes okay, especially this big one. As do I think the Halo one is also pretty good. But we did put that back, only because I can't be bothered packaging it up, dealing with all that sort of stuff, sending it off, especially as a casual reseller. And we found this pretty cool looking car. It was remote control, or at least had batteries. I think it was a Barbie car or something. Wasn't Monster High, but speaking of Monster High, they did have these pretty cool looking coffins. Should have probably picked them up and just had them as a bundle. They do look pretty cool. You know, about $3 or $4 each, which isn't unreasonable. But we didn't. But yeah, Monster High stuff generally goes pretty good, generally goes pretty fast, but we said no. And our last category, there are no jumpers this week, there are no jackets this week. So I think being winter, or come week out from winter, 2 weeks out from winter, it's getting harder to get those jackets because people are buying them. So we've got the jerseys to finish off what we've got today. We've got this Brooklyn Nets, Paul Pierce jersey for Brooklyn. I think that's one of the worst trades ever, when they traded all those good players to the Nets and they're all old, and it set Brooklyn back a lot of years. We got a Derrick Rose, New York Knicks. Should list these up pretty soon. The Knicks are on fire at the moment. I think they just through to the conference finals. I think they just beat Boston, and not only beat Boston, they absolutely annihilated Boston. But I do know that Jason Tatum was injured, but regardless, they demolished Boston, which is crazy. And speaking of the Knicks, what better player to represent the Knicks than Patrick Ewing? This one is a fake, I think. The other ones are real. But again, that's just a sick jersey. Someone who likes Patrick Ewing want to wear that. Unique local AFL jerseys. Unique. I did see a video the other day. Someone says, I don't buy local jerseys, local footy team jerseys I don't sell. Biggest load of crap I've ever heard. They sell, and they sell quite well. And the good thing is they're normally cheap. And we picked up this one. It's got Cobram on there. At first I thought it was North Albury grasshoppers. But I'm not sure it is. If anyone can identify that jersey, it's a pretty cool one, pretty cool little logo, a little bit unique, a little bit different. That's what I like. You get these unique ones, they tend to go okay. From local footy to AFL footy, we've got a Richmond Tigers, just a normal jersey, Puma, Jeep, whatever it is, just a basic jersey, nothing to write home about. And the last jersey we picked up, one of the best players in the NBA to ever play in the NBA. We've got Michael Jordan, and it's a real one too, I think, which is even cooler, on that pinstripe Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan, I think that should go for some decent money. That's everything. That's everything we've picked up this week. Don't forget to check out Cash for Trash. They've got a YouTube channel. Subscribe to them, watch them. I think they only go out to Victoria, but again, the YouTube stuff goes out to everyone. So the Channel 31 is more a Melbourne, I think, style community rail TV network. But subscribe to Cash for Trash, Billy Treasure and Berkey. Maybe even say Peachy sent you. The Frankston Flipper sent you. That's it. Take care. See you next time.